What is up everybody, I'm hoping you're all well and welcome back to Suggestion Sunday, a series in which I choose a movie at random suggested by you guys in the comment section below of any of my Suggestion Sunday series videos, and I share my thoughts on that movie. And today's suggestion comes from Cinema and the Film Buff, who has suggested yet another classic, this time in the horror genre. Dubbed one of the scariest movies of all time, especially in its release year. But how well does this movie hold up when compared to today's standards of horror movies? Well, that's what we're here to talk about. And as always, before we get into this video, it is Suggestion Sunday, so if you guys have any movies that you would like me to review, anything at all, let me know in the comment section below of this video right here, or any of my other Suggestion Sunday series videos. I'll put the suggestion in my little tin, and that way it has a chance to be picked out at random next week for the video. So as usual, without any further delay, let's get this intro out of the way and talk about this movie. The Exorcist. So The Exorcist is the 1973 horror classic directed by William Friedkin, I think that's how you pronounce his name anyway, which centers around a mother and daughter who starts to worry for her daughter's safety when she starts acting very weirdly, very aggressively, to the point where doctors can't even tell her what's wrong with her own daughter. So in doing so, she reaches out to a priest who is also going through some very hard times, because she starts to believe that her daughter may be taken over by a demonic entity and that an exorcism needs to take place to save her daughter's life. And as mentioned, this is considered one of the scariest movies of all time, and upon its release back in 1973, I can definitely see why that was the case. This movie for its time would have been horrifying. The practical effects alone in this movie are incredible. The script is so tight and well confined in this one little area. I mean, while it branches out, the main horror is in this house centered around this girl Regan. The set design alone is great, and the fact that the director also almost froze that room so it could enhance the actors' performances in that particular scene. It's just incredible to think about, especially when you take into consideration the hard work that everyone put into this film. Because from a technical filmmaking standpoint, this movie is a masterpiece. It is incredibly well directed. The actors all do a fantastic job. They really throw themselves into roles that they're portraying, especially the young girl who plays Regan, who is absolutely phenomenal in this movie. The entire family dynamic between her and her mother is such a lovely dynamic that when things start going wrong for her, you do worry for her. You are scared for that family. You want to see them come out at the end of this totally fine and unscathed, but you also know that what they're going through is horrific and their lives will never be the same afterwards if they get through it. So there are genuine stakes in this movie which keep you invested throughout the entire runtime. The movie itself on its theatrical release, I believe, was over 2 hours. I know the director's cut is one that I've just watched before filming that review, which is around 2 hours 10, but the pacing never really drags. Every single character here is here for a reason. They're all very well rounded. You care about every single one of them, primarily the priest as well, who is going through some very difficult times at the moment. His faith is being tested over the loss of his mother, so you really feel for him at this time. All the characters are just so grounded and so real that you can't help but relate to them. You can't help but feel for them. And another big praise that you have to give this movie is its use of practical effects and makeup, which is just astounding for its time. Again, it really shows all the hard work and passion that was put into this movie by the filmmakers, everyone behind the camera, everyone in front of the camera. Everyone seems to really care about this material, and it shows. Like, the script as well is just fantastic. I mean, it definitely helps that the screenplay is written by the same guy who wrote the novel. I haven't actually read the novel personally, but it's one that I've definitely been wanting to check out. But I feel like having him write the screenplay for his own novel helped keep the pace and tone consistent throughout. The biggest flaw that I can really give this movie, and it's not really a flaw on the movie's part, it's more on the fact that I've grown up with horror movies from a very, very young age, so nothing much really scares me in that regard. Especially with the way that horror movies are now, they're a lot more intense, a lot more in your face, they do push the boundaries a lot more. So while the actual scares of this movie may not be up to par with the horror movies that you get nowadays, it's more the intensity that this movie has. Instead, this movie relies on the intensity of the situation and relies on you caring about these characters to really get under your skin, which this movie is very effective at doing. It doesn't need big false jump scares to be thrown at the screen every 5 minutes. It has this confined horror story that you're watching unfold before you on screen. So while not considered scary by today's standards, it is still a very intense horror movie that does get under your skin and send chills down your spine. It is easy to see why this is considered a classic of the horror genre, and I highly recommend any horror fans who haven't actually seen this movie to definitely check it out. It is an incredibly well done film. The filmmaking itself is fantastic. The set design, the makeup, the acting, everything about this movie is incredible. And yeah, sure, like I said, the scares may not be as big as you're expecting from your big Hollywood blockbusters nowadays, but it is still a very intense horror movie that does get your heart pounding, and so for all those reasons, I have to give The Exorcist 5 stars. So, The Exorcist, have you guys seen it all? What are your thoughts about it? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, this is a Suggestion Sunday series video, so if there are any movies that you would like me to review, anything at all, let me know in the comment section below of this particular video or any other Suggestion Sunday video on my channel, and I will put it in my little box, and hopefully it has a chance to be picked out next week for you. Thanks as always for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.